Hello and welcome to the football world. You're watching the Football Current, powered by pure football energy. Football rarely gives you moments where a transfer feels inevitable before it even happens. Moments where you look at a player, look at a club, and think, this is not speculation, this is alignment. This is timing. This is a necessity. And this is exactly where Marc Guéhi and Manchester City now stand. Because this is not just another defender moving to a bigger club. This is about control, about stability, about a team built to dominate suddenly realizing it needs certainty at the back. Pep Guardiola does not sign players to experiment. He signs them to solve problems. And right now, Manchester City have a problem that threatens everything they are trying to protect. Titles, standards, identity. The question is not whether Guéhi is good enough. The real question is whether anyone else fits this moment better than him. Because when you strip away the noise, the hype, and the headlines, this signing is about one thing only: trust. And trust is the most valuable currency in elite football. To understand why Marc Guéhi feels tailor-made for Manchester City, you have to rewind and look at how the story was built. Not overnight, not in a single season, but slowly, deliberately, through pressure, responsibility, and repetition. At Crystal Palace, Guéhi did not arrive as a superstar. He arrived as a defender with potential, raw tools, and something to prove. Over time, he became the reference point, the organizer, the calm presence when games became chaotic. While Palace changed managers, systems, and ambitions, Guéhi stayed consistent. Under Roy Hodgson, he learned structure. Under Patrick Vieira, he learned proactive defending. Under Oliver Glasner, he learned flexibility, operating in both a back three and a back four without losing his identity. This was not a player being hidden. This was a player being tested.
Conference today, and the head coach also confirmed he'll be leaving Palace when the season ends.
My latest understanding that a deal with Marc is in the final stages. I can't confirm a club because it's still not done, but in the final stages, and the result is that Marc doesn't play tomorrow for us.
And the Premier League tested him relentlessly. Duels, transitions, high balls, counterattacks, isolated 1-versus-1 situations against the fastest attackers in the league. Guéhi passed those tests quietly, efficiently, without drama. He became dominant in duels, intelligent in positioning, and brutally effective in recovery situations. He has the pace to defend huge spaces behind a high line, a non-negotiable requirement in modern elite football. He reads danger early. He does not chase shadows. He chooses his moments. These are not flashy skills. These are elite habits. And elite habits are exactly what Guardiola values more than anything else. Then there is availability, the most underrated quality in football. Talent means nothing if it is never on the pitch. Over the last 2 seasons, Guéhi has been one of the most reliable outfield players in the entire Premier League. He has started 32 of 34 league matches this season alone. Since the start of last season, only 10 outfield players in the league have played more minutes than him. That level of durability is not luck. It is professionalism. It is conditioning. It is intelligence in how he defends. For a Manchester City side that has been ravaged by injuries at the back, this matters more than any highlight reel ever could. Because right now, City's defensive situation is fragile. John Stones, Ruben Dias, and Josko Gvardiol have all struggled with injuries. Nathan Ake has found it difficult to play more than once a week. At times, Guardiola has been forced to rely on an inexperienced pairing of 20-year-old Elia and 21-year-old Abdulkadir Kuzanov. Talented, yes. Ready to dominate England and Europe, no. This is not a criticism of youth. It is a reality of elite competition. When margins are this thin, experience becomes oxygen. City tried to plan for the future. They invested heavily, around £63 million on Kuzanov and Vitor Reis. But planning for the future does not win you titles in the present. Reis was hooked at halftime on his debut, barely featured afterward, and eventually sent on loan to Girona. Kuzanov had a chaotic debut, showed flashes, but never convinced Guardiola that he could be trusted when the pressure peaked. These were long-term bets, not immediate solutions, and Manchester City do not have the luxury of waiting. This is where Marc Guéhi changes everything. At 25, he is entering his prime. Not approaching it, not chasing it, entering it. He is a regular starter for England, not as a prospect, but as a certainty. In World Cup qualification, when England dominated possession and controlled matches, Guéhi showed exactly what he can do in a Guardiola-style system. Over his qualifying appearances, he averaged more than 100 passes per 90 minutes with an accuracy above 93%. That is not palace football. That is possession-heavy, elite-level distribution. It proves that the perceived limitations in his club passing numbers are contextual, not technical. At Crystal Palace, possession was never the priority. Under Glasner, Palace averaged just over 42% possession, among the lowest in the league. Manchester City, by contrast, live above 57%. Of course, Guéhi's volume looks lower. The system did not ask him to recycle the ball endlessly. But when given responsibility, when the structure demanded it, he delivered. Cleanly, calmly, efficiently. This is where raw statistics lie, and context tells the truth. What makes Guéhi especially valuable for City is not just his ability to keep the ball, but his willingness to break lines early. He attempts more long passes per 90 minutes than any of City's senior center-backs this season. And his long pass accuracy is virtually identical to Ruben Dias. That matters, because City's attack is built on movement, on runners, on exploiting space the moment it appears. A defender who can find Erling Haaland early, who can switch play to Jeremy Doku or Antoine Semenyo in stride, turns defense into attack instantly. City already rank near the top of the league for counterattacking goals. Guéhi does not disrupt that identity. He enhances it. Physically, he is far more dominant than many assume. At 1.83 meters, he may not tower over opponents, but his aerial timing is elite. He attacks the jump intelligently, often making first contact from behind to disrupt timing. He uses subtle body positioning, nudges, and blocks to neutralize bigger forwards. Even when he does not win the first header cleanly, he influences the duel. And crucially, when he does head the ball, he looks for a teammate. He does not panic. He does not simply clear. He retains control. That is Guardiola football at its core. Defensively, Guéhi excels as a covering center-back. He reads second balls. He tracks late runners. He slides wide to support fullbacks. He drops underneath to clean up mistakes. His pace allows him to defend large spaces without fouling. Against explosive attackers, he rarely looks rushed. Everything is measured, efficient, controlled. The greatest compliment you can give a defender is that he makes defending look simple. Guéhi does exactly that. There is a misconception that he only thrives in a back three. The reality is far broader. Before Glasner, Guéhi regularly operated in a back four under Vieira and Hodgson, playing as a left-sided center-back in both 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1 systems. He defended central spaces, stepped out to engage strikers, won vertical duels. When Palace shifted to a back three, his role still demanded intelligence and discipline, often covering behind Joachim Andersen, who contested more aerial duels. That forced Guéhi to sharpen his anticipation and interception skills. Skills that translate perfectly to City's structure. Leadership is the final piece. At Selhurst Park, Guéhi became captain not by shouting, but by example. His leadership is composure. His authority is positioning. He brings order rather than noise. In a Guardiola system, that is priceless. Because City do not need chaos. They need calm. They need defenders who can think while everyone else panics. Emotionally, this move carries weight. For City, it signals intent. They are not stepping away from the title race. They are reinforcing, waiting, watching. One slip from Arsenal, one moment of weakness, and City will be ready. With Semenyo already added, with Doku stretching defenses, with Haaland devastating in open space, adding Guéhi behind them suddenly makes the team feel whole again. Balanced, dangerous. For Guéhi, this is the step that defines careers. From responsibility at Palace to expectation at City. From leading survival battles to managing title pressure. This is where good defenders become elite ones. And everything about his profile suggests he is ready. This is not a gamble. This is a calculated strike. A move built on reliability, intelligence, and timing. Pep Guardiola has done it again. Quietly, efficiently, purposefully. Because sometimes the most important signings are not the loudest ones. They are the ones that bring control back to chaos. So now the question shifts to you. Does Marc Guéhi become the final piece that stabilizes Manchester City's defense and reignites their title charge? Or is this just the beginning of another evolution under Guardiola that the rest of the league will struggle to keep up with? Let me know what you think.